Did that zombie just said the N-word? We're going to find out all this and much more on this episode of the Miami Geeks. Stay tuned. Yo, yo, yo! What's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of the Miami Geeks Weekly Updates, brought to you by DigitalCrackerNetwork.com. I'm your host, Punisher 305, and with me as always, old school gaming specialist, Uncle Willie.
Don't lie. Don't lie. I know you missed me.
Yeah, I did.
I know you missed me.
I lied.
I know you missed me.
You
lie.
You don't know. You don't know how much I miss you, bro. I miss you a lot. Friday was pretty lonely. Wow. But I know you went to Boston and had the clam chowders and stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure that you had a good vacation.
It was a wicked pisser.
I'm glad you had a wicked pisser.
And other things that I learned while in Boston.
Well, fucking great. That's what I like to hear. Willie, we're going to let our audience know that on Wednesday, we're not going to have a podcast, but we're going to have an exclusive Wednesday premiere of Free Guy, which we're going to go see the private screening of it. And once we come out, we're going to talk nothing but about it. We're not going to give no spoilers because we're not assholes, but we're going to give you our, what's that word, Willie, I'm looking for? Perspective of the movie. And a little insight and what we think, if it's funny, just overall, we're going to be talking about it on Wednesday. So please keep in mind, no podcast on Wednesday, but we're going to be talking about Free Guy because we're going to be there. And we're going to do some interviews with the people that we're going to be there seeing. So yeah, it's going to be a fun day on Wednesday. But Willie, I'm going to skip everything else. You know, we always do. But we have to get started with this show. And now, on with the show. All right, Willie. So Back 4 Blood hits 100K current players on PC this weekend. And it's only the beta test. Look, I really missed you this weekend because it would have been so much fun to have you on our team for Back 4 Blood. Besides the fact that we had Lewis, Joe, Paul, and myself getting slaughtered on easy. Well, we almost made it to the end, mind you. We almost made it to the freaking end of the beta. But we got hammered so hard. And I can't tell you this much. I wanted more. But
well, basically what you're saying is that you've missed me there because you figure that drawing your tactical plans on my ass when I'm the first one to get shot would actually help your chances. That's what you're trying to say, right?
Look, the fact is that you would have been perfect zombie bait and we would have protected you.
Mm-hmm. I'm going back to Boston, you motherfucker.
Okay, but look, man. Back 4 Blood is one of the most played games on Steam this weekend, hitting big ass numbers, dude, from 98,000 players online. And I'm gonna tell you this much, man. This is actually a pretty good game. It has its ups and downs. I'm not gonna lie, but for a beta to hit those high numbers, that's pretty impressive. What do you think, Willie?
I think it's awesome. I think it's great because, well, first of all, it shows you that people still do play on PC. You fucking coward. But
an asshole.
It shows this game is getting a lot of attention.
Yeah.
Mind you, last weekend on PC, they had a free-to-play weekend for Marvel's Avengers.
Yeah.
And that game saw a huge resurgence.
Oh, okay.
And it only had a 24-hour peak of 10,115 players.
Oh. All right. But you know what? That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
In other words, yeah, but it's about a tenth of what Back 4 Blood got in a beta. And it was a closed beta.
Very. Yeah. Today is actually the last day for the closed beta. Or already closed already. Yeah. It closed at 3 o'clock this afternoon. It closed at 3 afternoon. But Willie. Now. Yes.
There's going to be an open beta this weekend.
That's awesome. And I'm down to play again. Are you?
And I'm going to play.
Yes.
On PC.
That's fine. You can be on your PC. Me, Joe, and Lewis will be on our system, and we're gonna try to get to the end of this fucking game. We're gonna try to.
And by the way,
it's a long beta, dude. Long beta.
And by the way, yes, crossplay is a thing.
Yes, I know. We saw a couple players actually in our first recording that we did. Which when did this game come out? Thursday? No, it came out on Friday?
Thursday. Well, I got the email on Thursday.
Okay.
Couldn't play, but I got it.
Well, I got it. I uploaded it. We played it. So me and Joe were pretty much in the game, and we saw there was a lot of PC players that joined the match as well. So we had, I think it was 2 PC players while we're on the consoles, but they're assholes and they didn't know how to play. So whatever, I don't care. But Willie, what I really want to get to is, being that this is a beta, and a long beta it is, because usually betas will take like 2 or 3, 4, maybe a little couple missions. This one's long. This was like 6 or 7 episodes, and you're just going in there deep. But there's always bugs in the game. There's always a little bit of bugs. There was some moment that I saw one character that his legs were moving, but he was hauling ass and other things. But it looks like there's a problem with one of the zombies, Willie.
I don't agree, but go ahead.
And it looks like this zombie is a racist, from what I'm hearing.
I don't think it was just one. I just want to say that.
No. We can't just single out any zombies for being racist. It is true. We really had to point them out as a whole. So we have racist zombies in the game. But you and we had to talk about this, and yes, I do 110% agree with you that the fact that those are 2 sound bites that work together to a point where it almost sound like a sound, like a noise. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is that
it was a word.
It was a word. But the thing is that WB explains why the zombie sounds racist in Back 4 Blood.
Would you like to say what word it was?
I don't want to be honest. I like where I'm at.
Listen,
no, I can't
say the N-word.
No, I can't.
Just say the N-word. You don't have to say what the N-word is.
Oh, okay. I thought you want me to say the N-word. I'm like, I'm not going to say the N-word. Are you crazy?
You want me to get you killed?
Technically, that's about to be. I'm like, I'm not gonna see the N-word. You're crazy.
I'm not the want you to say the N-word.
Well, fine.
Obviously, the word we're talking about here is nocturnal.
Yes, and there are two YouTubers or Twitch streamers that recorded this act, and I found it hilarious because I was like, did that zombie just say that? But being that we're computer savvy and we know a lot of things about how certain sounds might sound the same and a bunch of other things there. So WB pretty much let the team know and let everybody know that it was not even it was not even their fault. It was 2 noises or 2 sounds that when they played together, and it was like a growl and another noise there that happened, and it sounded like the N-word. And I kind of heard it. I was like, okay, yeah, that sounds like 2 sounds playing right behind each other to a point where it made a word. And that's where you said the same thing. I'm like, okay, cool. They didn't have some asshole in WB recording this going, yeah, could you say the N-word one more time, Bob, but use it with a more of a death tone? Yeah, I got you, Tim. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Let's just let you know. But Willie, what are your thoughts about the fact that WB explains why did that sound happen, and what are they doing to fix it?
Well, first I'd say that, it's good for him to point this out. I really hate to think that some sound designer or whatever would go and decide that, yeah, it's a good idea to say that. Yeah, I mean, you hear it. It does sound to me like 2 distinct growls. It's not the same. The same ridden. I think that they're called ridden. The enemies, the zombies. Yeah, just call them the zombies. I don't think that there's the reason to think that one of the zombies actually said that. That being said, I don't like the way you just pigeonholed all the zombies and saying, well, they're all racist. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Remember, zombie unlives matter.
No, true that. But the thing is that I just found it very weird that happened. This is almost kind of like a one shot that something like that whatever happened in ever.
At the end of the day, it's something that the team does have to look at, the development team, because now you see that when certain voice clips are played together, you get some interesting stuff. They did say that it's not going to be worked on just yet, but they will have something, some kind of resolution definitely by the time the game comes out.
Yeah.
which is in October.
Which is fine. I'm actually planning on wanting getting this game, but it still is kind of one of those, like, it's a good party game to have with your friends and whatnot, but I'm still going to consider seeing when it comes out if I really want to get it, you know, play with others and all that stuff, you know, because of the busy schedule. Even though I'm not gonna lie, I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun in that game, even to the point where I pissed off Joe in alerting the horde. So did Lewis, but that's not the point. That's not the point. No.
Not difficult to piss off Agent Joe.
No.
He's ultra serious about these things.
Oh, he's very serious. But I had such a good time. I had such a good time doing it.
Glad that he never played Left 4 Dead with my daughter on the team, because she has this annoying tendency to find a witch and go and poke it with a stick.
Yeah, luckily there's no witch in this one, but I did alert the horde, and it was just freaking amazing. I loved it.
Now I'm imagining a bunch of orcs running around over a hill saying for the horde, but that's the past.
But man, Willie, so yeah, that's pretty much what's going on, ladies and gentlemen, with Back 4 Blood. And if you guys have any comments about this or want to talk about more about it, please comment down below. Let us know your thoughts, or let us know if you played the beta and heard the zombie. Sadly, even in the game when I was playing, I didn't hear nothing at all. So it could have been like that one moment for those two Twitch streamers or YouTubers to hear it, but who knows? Maybe others did hear it. Please comment down below. We would love to hear that and have a conversation about it. But now we need to continue this, Willie, and it looks like Abandoned Developer says that Hideo Kojima rumors have a negative effect on development process of this game. So Abandoned director Hassan, this is going to be a bad one. I do apologize, Hassan, if I said it wrong. Kariman?
Hassan Karaman.
There we go. Has recently stated that the rumors surrounding the studio and Hideo Kojima had a negative effect impacting on the game's development. Willie, what do you think about something like that? Like, how can Hideo Kojima have a negative effect on a game? I would think that would bring in more of a popularity because people want to see more of it to see if it's true or not that Hideo's working on it, which he's not. But I would have thought that would have brought a little more news to it for people to see it.
Well, the thing is that sometimes little rumors like this tend to take a leg for their own. Mm-hmm. And you think about it, if you have a small development team, like you would with a game like Abandoned, this is not a AAA studio here.
Yeah.
And it might be a situation where they don't have the manpower to sit there and deal with any distractions.
Got it.
But you're playing, all of a sudden, the game. Okay, what happened was the game was announced on PlayStation Twitter,
mm-hmm.
and from there, people started thinking, well, okay, Kojima is a developer. His development studio works solely for PlayStation. Could he be working on it too? I mean, this is a spiritual successor to PT. It could be. And then at one point, the devs released an image for promotion, and people were like, "That looks like Metal Gear Solid."
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Kojima has to be working on it. In other words, Mephisto.
Got it. Yes, that makes more sense than anything, actually.
So, a member of a development team, because they don't have proper PR, I guess, has to go and squash all these rumors. It distracts from the actual work they're trying to do.
I see. Okay.
But Karaman does say that people are still going to like what they see. We shall see.
I'm okay with that. All right. Willie, you want to talk about this certain game right here? Hellblade?
You mean Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice?
Yes.
Good game. You should play it.
Okay. You always give me some good games to play.
PS4 and Xbox One game. Okay. Well, Ninja Theory announced that there's going to be a free optimization patch for Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice on Xbox Series X and S. Nothing new, because a lot of titles have gotten that kind of treatment with the release of the new consoles. This one, though, they're going to have DirectX ray tracing. So not just a bump up in visuals, but it's going to have actual ray tracing.
Oh, okay.
Good thing. And they're also going to allow you to play with a chapter skip, so that if you played through a certain, you played through the game already and you just want to see how the later parts of the game look with all the ray tracing goodness, you can do that.
That's pretty dope.
This is for Xbox Series X and S. They haven't mentioned PlayStation 5.
I think they're going to make one for PlayStation 5, don't you think? Or they'll probably keep it like this just because.
This is always a developer decision. Oh, they also added 120 hertz and 4K.
Okay.
Oh, but of course they say up to because performance may dictate that the frame rate gets dinged a bit, so it might run at 90 instead of 120. Boo hoo.
Oh.
But whatever. I mean, it's a good thing. They're sprinkling a little bit of new life into a game that's arguably very good, and you should try it out.
I'm gonna have to, and that's fine with me. Now, I know that this is gonna be a subject for a lot of our fans out there that may be a huge fan of the Fortnite series, but after so many misses, and I'm not gonna lie, it's been pretty quiet from the Fortnite area. I haven't heard a lot of things from them, but it looks like finally they're gonna get some sort of like light on them, and it's gonna be for the Ariana Grande Rift Tour, brought back Fortnite to life. So I didn't even know that Fortnite was even still around. It's been a minute I heard from, so I was kind of like, okay, it's there, simmering away, doing its thing. But it looks like because of this whole Ariana Grande Rift Tour, it's actually like bringing it back to light. We all know that last year there was that big concert with what's this guy's name again? Yeah, I forgot now.
Travis Scott.
There we go, Travis Scott, which he made
Mr. McDonald's himself.
Yeah, which he made freaking Fortnite like blow up last summer. So it looks like for what's left of this summer, Ariana Grande is already going to bring it back and do her own tour, her own concert there for everybody.
Well, she already did it.
Oh, she already did it?
She already did it, and that's the reason why Fortnite has so much interest again.
Ah, okay. I didn't know. I thought this whole concert was coming back. Oops. But yes, that's pretty cool. That I guess that's happening. Kind of wish they showed more interest in other games I got too, but whatever. To each their own. But what are your thoughts about that, Willie?
Listen, I actively attempt to avoid Fortnite every chance I can. Mm-hmm. Only because that feeling that you get when you hear something constant, it's like, just shut up and talk about something else.
Oh yeah.
Nothing against the game itself. If you're a fan of the game, you're a fan of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But I find it funny that a thing that reinvigorated interest in Fortnite is something that has nothing to do with the game of Fortnite.
Okay.
Epic Games has been trying to do this whole thing where they're not just a game; they're a content platform.
Yeah.
And this one's been in the plans for like years. Listen, the only thing I can say is, play Freebird.
Yeah. I guess.
Can you get Leonard Skinner to do Freebird in Fortnite? I might be interested.
Man.
And only me, because I'm the only person of that age that might even turn on Fortnite.
Yeah.
That's not true. No,
it's not. It's not. But it's a possibility. But it's fine. Look, man, I'm not gonna lie. I don't really like Fortnite that much. I really don't. Like, it's already to a point where I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't care. Like, whatever. They can do whatever they like. But I know there's a lot of fans out there that might like it and disagree with what I'm saying, which is okay. It's fine. We could disagree about it anyways. But fine. They're going to be doing things, I guess, to bring the game back to life. To each their own. I hope that they have a successful year, and hopefully that lawsuit that they were going through, it's somewhere in the middle already, finally, I guess, right?
Yes.
All right. So let's talk about something more important than that, guys. And it's a new South Park game is in the series to be made. And I can't wait. Like, the fact that the Stick of Truth is still one of the coolest games I played and own it. I can't wait to see what other games and what are the things they're going to be making for the series, for the games. So we did a Stick of Truth though. I forgot the first one already.
Fractured Butthole.
The Fractured Butthole. That's right. What do you think this one might be about, Willie? Like, what are your guesses? Let's just say.
I don't know, and I'll tell you, 15 years ago, me might have been happy about this, but no. I mean, I'm not mad at South Park. I just don't care anymore. Did you know that? Okay, you know what Paramount Plus is, right?
Yes.
Okay. Did you know that South Park got a 9-movie deal for Paramount Plus?
Yeah, I talked about it on Friday, which they got also a $900 million about it.
Yeah, I think was it Max Stone or Trey Parker that came up and said that that's officially fuck you money. But okay, like 9 South Park movies about 5 years after anybody cared about South Park.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, look, congrats to Matt and Trey.
No, but here's the catch. Here's the catch, Willie. It's a movie a year, one movie every year they have to make it. Which I was like, that. Look, first I got to manage the show, plus make one movie a year. That's gonna burn anybody out. But for 900 million,
well, if they're not burnt up, they're not burnt up. They want to go in embers, because on top of the 9-movie deal and their show, it's been confirmed that the game will not be developed by Ubisoft.
Oh, okay.
But it will be South Park Studios, their own in-house developer.
Okay.
So they were involved in the first 2 games, and I love the first 2 games, just for the sheer stupidity of it. And I love RPGs.
Oh, yeah.
And that's great and all. They'll have just as much input here, if not more. And again, congrats, Matt and Trey. You've ridden this hobbled horse for 20 plus years, and you're almost as you're not nearly as tired as the Simpsons are.
Simpsons,
but
I can't.
Yeah, I'm not as excited as I would be normally.
I don't know. I would like to see what the future holds for them. I mean, I do get the part where you're saying you're kind of like, kind of blah about it already. I get it. We've been seeing this shit for quite a minute. Every episode, I'm not gonna lie, the episodes are hilarious as fuck sometimes. But I'm kind of like trying to see like where they're gonna go with it. Are they gonna stop anytime soon? But now with this $900 million deal they got to make a movie a year plus other things, I don't know. I think they're just gonna do whatever the fuck they want now.
Oh no, they're gonna go full Rasheed Wallace. They're gonna cash that check.
But
they're gonna cash that check.
But you know what, Willie? That's all. Let's talk. Being that we're on the subject of checks and movies and stuff like that, let's talk about the box office and Suicide Squad. Let me correct myself. The Suicide Squad, because you can't say Suicide Squad because everybody's gonna think about the Will Smith movie and all that good shit. Yes. So the Suicide Squad, and it looks like in box office they did really poor. And it's funny that they're saying this now, because earlier today, and one of the radio stations that I listen to and my wife listens to, my wife pretty much let me know. She was like, "Oh my God, babe, did you know that the Suicide Squad did amazing in the box office?" I was like, "They did?" Like that's kind of weird, because I heard otherwise on our sources. And right now, in front of her eyes, she saw that there was, that they grossed really bad. Willie, let's talk a little bit more about this. So, what can we say about the earnings for the Suicide Squad?
Okay, first I will say, guys, don't freak out. It's not like this movie tanked. No. Remember, this is an R-rated movie. And remember that because it's an R-rated movie, it has less of a leg to stand on when it comes to opening weekend. Also, because of everything going on with what I'm going to call human malware 2.0.
Yes.
There is reluctance to go back to theaters.
Indeed.
That being said, over the weekend, The Suicide Squad earned $26.5 million. That doesn't seem like a good amount of money, and it's not, especially for a movie as anticipated as this one, and considering that it's only the 3rd highest grossing Warner Brothers movie box office wise.
What
for
was
the
the
year.
first?
Space Jam 2.
Ugh, never mind. Continue.
Followed very, very, very closely by Godzilla versus Kong.
Jesus.
Because Space Jam brought in 31.65 million.
Mhm.
Godzilla versus Kong brought in 31.62.
But that was
So it's a
mostly because of
substantial-
kids and shit.
Well, Space Jam 2 definitely. And it was at a time where things looked to be on an upswing for movies because it looked like, you know, things had slowed down as far as Human Malware 1.0.
Yeah.
Now, another thing that you should keep in mind is that this was the last, I think it's the last WB movie that's going to have an HBO day and date release. And oh yeah, by the way, Warner Brothers decided to let us know that the Suicide Squad was watched on HBO Max by 2.8 million households.
That's a good number right there.
Now, does that mean that, oh no, HBO Max cannibalized the numbers that you would have gotten in the box office?
No.
Listen, the jury's still out on that one. Scarlett Johansson and her lawyer feel that they tried to fuck her out of money for Black Widow. Meanwhile, Black Widow is the highest grossing movie of 2021 opening weekend wise.
True.
It made $80.3 million its opening weekend. Is that, I mean, it's still a bad number considering how opening weekends were back before the troubles.
Yeah.
But still did pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying that the 2.8 million people that saw Suicide Squad at home maybe weren't going to go to movie theaters anyway.
I have that weird feeling that was probably the possibility, but especially with Human Malware 2.0, and also we got to consider that this was an R-rated movie, so it's not like you could take your kids and all that good stuff because they're getting kind of strict in the theaters, to say, it's not going to take you. It's going to be you, mom, dad, the kids, and all that to go see this movie. They're going to be like, hey, this is, I don't think a good movie for your kids. And especially the Human Malware is out, so they're going to be kind of cautious of taking their kids out, especially that, summer's almost over, school's about to start in 2 weeks. So I had that feeling they're like, you know what, let's avoid everything possible, save money, and just do what we have to do at home, buy the kids the supplies or whatever, and we'll just watch a movie at home and keep it safe.
There are a lot of factors. Yeah,
Okay.
The fact that, school's coming up, at least here, started already in other parts of the country. And, parents are more worried about getting school supplies and shit like that. But that happens every year.
Yeah.
Still, I think the biggest factor here was the fact that it was an R-rated movie and it was coming out right in the throes of Human Malware 2.0.
Yeah.
For comparison, Joker.
Yes.
Opened at 96.2 million.
Great movie, though.
The Deadpool was a standard bearer that opened at 132.4 million. And Logan, which I will argue to my death, is a better movie better R-rated movie than any other superhero R-rated movie that's come out, only made 88.4.
That's nuts, though.
I'll fight you on it. Logan's better than Deadpool. I said it.
Well, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. That movie it's really deep. It's a really good movie.
A very well done movie.
It is. Still love Deadpool.
But,
I gotta say that.
Listen, I haven't seen the Suicide Squad yet because it opened when I was in Boston.
Yes.
And so I was too busy partying wicked hard to be able to see the movie. We were supposed to have a guys' night. I don't know if that's still going to happen. And I don't know if you stayed away from watching it.
I have not. Sorry. It was a thing we did here I did here with the wife. So
okay, so it's done.
Yeah.
So that's not going to be so instead of that one, we can go back to our usual fare, like Dick Shark.
We should never talk about that movie again. I told you, man.
Listen,
that movie.
It happened. No. We saw it part way, but we saw it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to find a way to waste an hour and a half of your life in the worst way possible,
and that's if you make it to an hour.
Locate and watch that movie. If you're with somebody and you want to do a Netflix and chill, you're not getting any that day.
Yeah, that's just the opposite. You're just breaking up that day, technically.
Dudes, if you try Netflix and chill with a woman with this, she will either break up with you midstream, or will fall asleep.
Which, yeah, it will be no Netflix and chill. In other words,
no.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, no.
It'll be like it's 8 and you're bait.
But I'm gonna tell you as much. If y'all hate life, watch Dick Shark. You're gonna feel better about yourself after the first 20 minutes.
No, better about yourself? No.
Yeah, because you're gonna be like, my life is not that bad, and you know what? Work was never that hard in the beginning, so fuck this movie.
I guarantee you, if you watch that movie, you will become a Ghetto Boys lyric. Because you'll get in your car, and you will often drift and drive, having fatal thoughts of suicide.
Jesus Christ. You know what? That's fine. Willie, it looks like Margot Robbie opens up about the amount of control she had, or has, over Harley Quinn's story in the DCEU. So pretty much she opens up of like all the control that she has with being Harley Quinn and everything in the movie. And she pretty much put out here in quotes, I don't really have that much authorship over where to take. We're different directors. I mean, on Birds of Prey, I was a producer, so I had more to say. But I felt very confident that James Gunn's hand, that she was going to be handled with a respect to the character that it's pretty much deserved. I felt that that's actually pretty cool that she will say something like that, Willie. But what do you think overall? Do you think, you've seen Birds of Prey, you've seen the first Suicide Squad, you haven't seen this movie yet, but you have seen the trailers. What will you say will be your impressions versus to those three? Do you feel that this might be a different outtake to her character being from what you've seen on the trailers? Or you think that this, do you think that that there might be something interesting to watch here with her character built up in this movie?
Well, she's supposed to be maybe not the main character, but she's the main draw.
Yeah.
No offense to Idris Elba, who looks like he's a hell of a dude.
He is.
But yeah, people are Margot Robbie is the one that's putting asses in seats, and they want to see because she does it well as Harley Quinn. Now, I will say that the only reason why this is a story is because the Suicide Squad is out, and Cinema Blend got to interview her and ask her the question. Most actors don't have that much control over their characters, especially in superhero-based universes. All you got to do is look across the pond to Marvel. Those motherfuckers have no control over their characters.
None.
So, as a matter of fact, say what you want about Marvel. The movies are entertaining, but they are some bastards when it comes to that shit.
It's true, though. It is very true.
Because it's fucking regimented. But anyway, I'm glad that she felt good at least, because she did have great things to say about working for James Gunn, another solid dude.
Yes.
And she did say that she doesn't know what's in store for Harley in the future. It looks like they're gonna take a break from Harley.
It might be.
I just pray that one day somebody steps in and runs the DCEU in a way that allows good movies to come out regularly.
Let's see. I do pray for the best, and I hope they do something. They do some good with on DC. DC has not seen a good. I've never seen a good thing come out from it. Oddly,
no. Come on, no, that's not true. A lot of people did like Batman v Superman and Man of Steel. I'm not one of them. I'm not gonna get into that. But they've had good movies. The first Wonder Woman was great.
Yeah,
Shazam was awesome.
Indeed.
And I remember that before they came up with this whole DCEU nonsense, they were making great movies. Mm-hmm. I will forever die on my fucking soapbox saying that the Richard Donner Superman, the first one, and I'll take the second one too, because they were filmed together, were the best really interpretation. And the best live action interpretation of Superman ever. I will fight people on this.
I totally agree with you, man.
But no offense to Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill's great.
He
but
is.
working with what he had, come on.
Yeah. But you know what, Willie? Being that we're talking about Superman, and we also brought up Idris Elba, Bloodsport versus Superman. That's a thought right there. And the only reason I'm going to say that is because Idris Elba pitches an idea for a Suicide Squad prequel. And in the movie, well, not even in the movie, we also hear this in the trailer where Bloodsport, he pretty much put Superman in a coma with a kryptonite bullet. And that's all you're going to get from there. You're not going to see no picture, no video, no anything. But they just let you know what he did and why he's in their version of prison or whatever. So Idris Elba has pretty much already announced that he talked about it. He wants to make it happen, and that it looks like that they're trying to go with it already. So I'm pretty much open to see this. I'm not gonna lie. The guy in this movie is actually pretty fun, awesome. His character build up, it's a little slow, but you kind of grow on him a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But it's interesting. What are your thoughts, Willie?
Listen, more Idris Elba, more yes.
Okay.
That's all I have to say about that.
Fine. And I'm dying to see what they're gonna bring up with this. But now, being that we're leading away from the comic book series news and stuff like that, guys, let's talk about something that I'm not sure how Willie's going to feel about it. And it's pretty much about talking about Jackass 4, but not just Jackass 4. We're going to talk about Bam Margera, that he's suing Paramount, MTV, Johnny Knoxville, and others for the filming of Jackass 4. Now, there's been a lot of cases going on through this whole year about Bam pretty much, in and out of rehab, pretty much being a little I don't want to say crazy because that doesn't sound right, but I know that the man's going through a lot of demons and a lot of depression. There's a lot of things going on with that man that I really wish that he could find some help. But there was a case at the fact that they said that because of everything he's going through, all his impulsive behavior and also the way he acts or whatever, they cut him from the movie. So Bam Margera pretty much went to the courts and to the lawyers and everything, and they say he's filing a lawsuit because he wants to get, and I quote, millions of dollars in compensation, and also to fight for the fact of not having this movie come out on his release date for all the damages pretty much they've done. So Willie, I know you and we pretty much discussed about this. Let's talk about this a little quick here. So what are your thoughts about this, man? Because I think this is I feel like this is like another story for Steve-O, when Steve-O really went bad in the drugs and the alcohol, and that he pretty much could not be in certain parts of the movie because of the way he was acting. Even his TV series, there are some moments there that he was so blitzed out of his skull that he couldn't even do nothing, until there was an intervention where Johnny Knoxville pretty much confronted him, made sure that he does right, go to the sobriety classes and all that stuff, to a point where Steve-O understands the light already. He sees the mistakes he's done, even to a point where he's doing little things on Instagram, and he talks about those episodes, I like to say, of his life, and talks about like how weird they were, but he's in good spirit though. Now, this is something I feel about Bam Margera. Now, what do you think about it?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm a huge Jackass fan, because I wasn't. And the first movie, I saw it. All right, I giggled my ass off when Bam put an alligator in his mom's kitchen. But
Yes.
I don't care. But still, at heart here is the fact that Bam is known to have dealt with a lot of inner demons.
Mm-hmm.
And he created Jackass.
Yeah.
Not by himself, but he was one of the forces behind the creation of Jackass.
That is true.
And you're firing the creator of his own IP.
Yeah.
And he says that it stems from a wellness agreement that he was pretty much forced to sign when he was in rehab, where Johnny Knoxville and director Spike Jonze or its producer, I should say, Spike Jones, this just went to the clinic where he was at, threw the contract in front of him, and said, "Listen, if you want to see a single penny from this next movie, you have to sign this."
Yeah.
And it involved taking daily drug tests, and sometimes multiple times a day, and it could be scheduled and unscheduled, and it could be at any time of the day.
Yeah.
And I mean, there are lawyers that have seen it and say that the terms are quote unquote legally unenforceable, but they made him sign it.
Yeah.
And they're using that as the axe to chop him off.
Got it.
Whether it's cool or not, I mean, you don't want to go and litigate these things outside of court, because I'm not a lawyer. Are you?
No, I'm not. I just know I'm just
you
there
are,
chilling.
You're flipping the bill for next guy's night, because fuck you, you're holding on money. But no, I don't. You know, I just hope that Bam, like Steve-O, you know, get healthier mentally.
Indeed.
And can just listen. Your life doesn't have to be determined by how many times you jumped off a moving shopping cart.
No, it's true, and I think that the majority of his the demons that he's fighting right now has to be because of his best friend that died, Ryan Dunn. So I'm pretty sure that a lot of the drug usage, the alcohol, I mean, his inner rage that man has. Like, if I follow him on Instagram, and it's bad. Like, dude, like the things you see on there, you're like, God, like you really want to help him, because you almost feel like he's going on a downward spiral with the way he's acting, and you're like, you know what, this is not going to be good. And there's already talks that while this was going on, the whole Jackass 4 and whatnot, and they told him that he couldn't be in it, whatever, that he's been doing a lot of also death threats and stuff like that, which I'm like, dude, that's not looking good for you, man. Stop doing that. This is not helping you. You know, it's going to make you look worse. So I pray that even if he's trying to do this whole lawsuit, that somehow along the way, Paramount, MTV, Johnny Knoxville, and the others that he's trying to sue come to an agreement, even to help him to get out of that situation. And hopefully, I'm not even sure how, maybe a Jackass 4.5 or whatever, that he kind of like makes an appearance to do something. Well, I don't even know.
Enough. Enough.
Okay.
He's a grown-ass man. Bruh, after a certain amount of time, enough. All I want is, if Ban was done wrong, that he gets the compensation he deserves.
Yeah.
If he's if this is like just smoke being blown up people's asses, that he gets taken care of immediately, and that Bam gets the help that he needs.
Yeah.
After that, fuck all of them. Especially Johnny Knoxville, because the Dukes of Hazzard, fuck you.
All right. Let's talk about bad movies, Willie, which apparently turned out to be a good movie. And it's the movie Pig. Now, can you bring this up to us so we can end this night in a good note?
Okay. On a good note, okay, fine. It involves Nicolas Cage. I guess that's a good note nowadays.
That's it. It's a great note.
Look, I will go on record and say that there have been many times in the last couple of years where I've wanted to just find a way to get a hold of Nick Cage and tell him, bruh, stop. Take a break. Like, seriously. Look. You have your face-off residuals. You have your Con Air residuals. You don't need to work no more. He's been in quite a few shaky-ass movies.
Oh, yeah. That is true.
And, okay, fine. He's, again, full Rasheed Wallace. Going to cash that check. But turns out, and I have been avoiding any movie he does recently, like The Plague. Like, seriously, the guy's made more movies in the last 2 years than I've made Dookies. One that I will not forgive is Willy's Wonderland.
I still think that's fucking amazing.
Because that's my name, bro.
I don't care.
But
it's fucking awesome.
The movie Pig seems to have found its audience, and quite an audience. I don't care about Rotten Tomatoes. Like, seriously, I don't care, because that just means that a bunch of other people thought it was good. That has nothing to do with me. But I will say that this movie has now become the highest rated live action movie that Nicolas Cage has worked in. It has a 97% certified fresh score.
That's pretty impressive. This movie came out already a couple of weeks ago already.
A couple of weeks ago. I have yet to see it. I may have to now.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
How high was that? The aforementioned Face Off, which is a glorious movie.
Yes.
Only got a 92.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
The Face Off got a 92%. His previous high was Red Rock West, which I have not seen, and got a 95%. The only other movie that he's been in that has gotten a high that high of a score is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and all he did was voice act Spider-Man Noir,
and he's still awesome in there,
which is still fucking awesome.
But that's fine. I think it's fine.
But
I want to see the movie now, to be honest.
Now, look, I'm reading into it now, and now I need to see it.
Yeah, I might even consider tonight to even take a glander and watch it just to get an idea of it.
Wait, I'm just gonna tell you what the movie's about like this.
All right, go.
It's Taken.
Okay.
With bacon.
Taken bacon. I'm so in. That's
it.
That's it.
Truffle fight. He has a truffle fighting pig, and thieves steal the pig.
Oh my god! I want to see this movie now.
I have to see this.
I want to see.
I'm sorry, Mr. Nicolas Cage. I am so sorry for things that I've said. This seems amazing.
I really want to see this movie now. The truffle shuffle. Here we go. It's gonna happen.
Taken with bacon. That's the tagline.
I'm down. That's it.
All right. I can't think of a better way to end this show today.
I can't either, man. But guys, look, you know the drill. Just look at the description there. We have our promo codes there. We got the pages to visit. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button just to know when comes amazing news, which is 3 times a week. Mondays, Wednesday, and Friday, and a little something in between. Ladies and gentlemen, all I gotta say is thank you for joining us, and peace!
Ah!